I'm really proud of the way the guys played last week, and now it's on to the next one. We got to turn the page pretty quickly, so I'll just open it up.
How would you describe Chris's influence on reaching out Sunday?
Yeah, I think he's kind of done that the past 2 weeks. And I told him, it might have been after the game, that I've noticed that he's been practicing at a high level. Just appeared to be different to me in the last 2 weeks, and I think it's showing up on the field. And and you guys know, you see it, you study the tape enough to know that even though it might not show up in a stat line, he's making a difference. With the things we had one pressure we brought that he won real quick, and I think he made the ball get thrown quicker than they really wanted to, and that helped. It was big.
How do you see George Karflais improve year over year?
Yeah, George is fighting the brace on his hand right now. Him and I have been talking about that a lot, but I think and he's kind of grown, and Chris and George have a really close relationship. I think that helps. He has with all the guys, and I think they're always talking football. At least I always see him talking football. He came here as a young, I don't know, was he 20 yet when we drafted him? How young he was, and he had just turned 20 or 21. But he's grown into a fine young man, great character, and loves football. So he does anything and everything to get really good at football.
What stands out to you the most about the things you have to deal with in a short week? What concerns you the most just by virtue of that?
Yeah, probably the biggest concern is, when you get a full week, I think you can dig, try to find a weakness, put something different in. Now, have we put some wrinkles in? Yeah, we kind of prepared for this a little bit back a while ago. But I don't think you can get the full allotment of what you would like to have. Like, what'll be interesting is after the game saying, if we had time, we could have put this in, but I hope that doesn't happen. And really, I think the biggest challenge, Coach Reed's probably talked about it, is just getting the guys fresh and ready to play physically.